Ah. Esselamu Aleyküm ve Rahmetullah. Euzubillahimineşşeytanirracim. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Rabbi şrah li sadri ve yessir li emri ve hlul ukdeten min lisani yefkahu kavli. Ve cealli veziran min ehli Harun ahi üşdud bihi ezri ve eşrikü fi emri key nusebbihake kesira ve nezkurake kesira inneke kunte bina basira. Allahümme allimna ma yenfa'una ve enfa'na bima allamtena ve zidna ilma ve erinel hakka hakkan ve erzukun ettiba'ah ve erinel batıla batılan ve erzukun ectinabe. La havle ve la kuvvete illa billahil aliyyil azim ve sallallahu ala Muhammedin ve ala alihi ve ashabihi ve etba'ihi ve sellim. Rabbena gfir lena ve erhamna ve ente hayrul rahimin. Amin. Esselamu Aleyküm ve Rahmetullah. Yeah, we'll continue to study the section Yasin of the Quran, and we studied last week the 12th verse, verse 12, and we said everything. Let me read the translation of it. We shall certainly bring the dead back to life, and we record what they sent ahead of them as well as what they leave behind. We keep on account of everything in a clear record. We said everything will be preserved in a clear record, and the key point in this verse was Imam Mubin. It means Imam Mubin, the word Mubin is clear. So it is understood clear and making everything clear as well. It has two meanings. So itself is clear and make other things are clear. And clearing, maybe you can say it, clearing Imam. So record. This record, the word record is important because it derives from the word Elif Mim Mim. It means the word comes Elif Mim Mim. The word also used usually the meaning of leader, but also mother, representing mother's womb, here protecting the baby and preparing the baby for its life after birth. Gradually developing the baby there in the wombs in a secure position, so strong, so that during this gradual creation, everything the baby needs will be given, deposited in his or her being, body, and then gradually after, let's say, 12, no, 2 months, no, 3 months, actually, yeah, I think. After 3 months, the stage by stage, the spirit is whispered, or spirit is blew in it. It means she became a person now, a human being, but in the form of a fetus. It means in this word looks like a mother's womb for us, and we are giving the opportunity to prepare ourselves. Now we have free will. The fetus doesn't have the free will. So we are preparing our future life after birth. When we die of the womb of this world, we will be in our real world now. So some Muslim, Islamic culture coming from Imam Ali during the Prophet Muhammad alayhi salatu wasalam's time, they said life in this world is like a dream. So we know what's going on, we are aware of what's going on, but as compared to real life in the next creation, where our spirit fully will be given to experience what he is really receiving from his gracious creator. So while we are preparing ourselves here, for example, God forbid, a fetus may have something lacking in one of his organs or whatever, physically or psychologically. So something is lacking. After birth, it cannot practice it. If we really, as this word says here, what? Okay. I cannot mark it. Now my cursor is on it. What they leave behind means what we are going to lack there. So we won't be able to practice it. Of course, there is a good news or news for a hope that if we were ignorant of the reality, negligence of something, but later on we realize that, oh, I shouldn't have been doing this in the past, but it is over. What shall I do? The Quran says, okay, repent and rectify yourself. Come back to your original form now. It was something lacking. You were not using your capacity. That is an opportunity for us to ask for forgiveness from our Creator and correct ourselves and start practicing what we have realized that we should have been doing, and then continue doing it now, because it is past. In the past. We cannot go back and correct it. So that is the hope that we have. Anything we realize now that we could, I should do it in the past as well. Now, repent, ask for forgiveness, and start practicing it. You will develop it. You will develop, like rehabilitation. So somebody may have some problems in his leg or muscles or joints, especially leg joints and arm joints here on the shoulder. So they may not do it. And in the rehabilitation center, they are helped. They receive help to recover it. So exactly in the same way, we can go back from our mistakes and go through a rehabilitation period and then get it back. Allah promises. For example, if something is hurting and there is a wound in our body, and Allah promises that He is going to repair it unless it is for death. For death, it is for sure. Everybody is written for death. There is no way to escape. Otherwise, everything will be given back. So we have to understand that for our past mistakes, there is no despair. We can repair it. Although it is written, but it may be deleted. Which word is used in the Quran? In the Quran, afu. The word afu means deleted. Forgive us is okay. Ignore it, but afu is deleted, completely disappears. So we should ask afu and then for forgiveness and then afu, inshallah. So now verse 13. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. واضرب لهم مثلا أصحاب القرية إذ جاءها المرسلون. So give them the example of the people of town when the messengers came to them. The Qaria, the town, is important because so all the prophets were sent to those people, and they didn't take notice of it. So they, in the following verse, it will said that they denied it. They give them lie. It means accuse them lying, and they said, you are lying. We don't follow you. So it is an example for us now. We have to prepare our minds for this verse. So especially those people who think themselves honorable ones, these big-headed people, arrogant people, they reject the prophets. Ordinary people don't. Ordinary people are mostly, impartial, if you like. They don't know. Somebody says something, they don't understand the value of it, and their leaders, which they are used to following them, say against it. So they don't know. So the prophets have the problems with the big-headed people. Always, this is the example. This is what we see in the example of the prophets in the Quran. So when the prophets came to them and started delivering the message, but although the verse says Mursalun, the messengers, they are employed to bring the message, to communicate the message to the people. But we will study in a while, a few verses later, this Mursalun may be not the messengers, one of the messengers, but anybody who learned from the messengers the message and educate themselves, train themselves, of course, after confirming it, and take this message to people as well. So we have to understand that, look, no prophet came to us. So for the moment, 21st century, we don't see any prophet, anybody who's claiming, unless lunatic ones maybe, but for those, there is no such claim with a message in his head. Lunatic people just say, but there is messages just really nonsense talk. So they are lunatic. They may be under the treatment. Otherwise, we don't have any messenger. No, we have mursalun. It means those people who were employed by the prophet, educated by the prophet, and the students of students of all the sequences of the education system brings the message until us. So we have to take this one for ourselves in terms of practical life now. Then I have to search for anyone, if there is anyone who is bringing the message from the prophet. So I have to investigate it. I'm not going to imitate it. And of course, the message doesn't expect the people to imitate them, imitate it. So the message says, use your reason, think about it. You will find that it is reasonable, confirmable, and you will definitely be satisfied with it, guaranteed. Just pay attention to it. So we have to take this Ashab al-Qarya, the people of the town, as we are now. And the messenger came to us. Let's say, what will happen now? إذ أرسلنا إليكم اثنين كذبوهما فعززنا بثالث فقالوا إنا إليكم مرسلون. We sent them to two messengers. Now, one wasn't enough, two messengers, but they rejected both. So we reinforced them with a third. And they declared, we have indeed been sent to you as messengers. Some, although it is not really historically confirmable, but a kind of interpretation that they say these two messengers are main messengers, the Moses and Jesus, although Qur'an says there are others in between, but not as main as they are, or as famous as they are, or as influential or successful as they are. And the third one is the Prophet Muhammad alayhi salatu wasalam. But there are other, Quran says there are other prophets in between these three. Possible, but at the same time, as we understood the Mursalun on the in the previous verse, the messengers, when the messengers came to it. So we said, there is no messenger came to me, but we understood all the people who take the message of the messenger, learn it, become a student of him, and come to until our time and continue. So somebody should continue carrying the message to the next generation. We understand this is our responsibility. Everybody has to do their best. So they denied two of them. Okay, so shall we give up? The Quran says no. So Quran says they declared, said openly, we have indeed been sent to you as messengers. This is important. The messengers just come and say, we are messengers from God to you, and we brought the message to you from God. Here it is, and think about it. Read it or listen to it, depending on the age. Listen to it, and if it doesn't make sense, reject, but listen to it and analyze it with an honest way. Be honest to yourself. Don't be biased. If it doesn't make sense, okay, reject it, but honest. We know that historically, opponents of the prophets, described in the Quran, and practically we see in the life of, or we hear in the life of, recorded history in the life of Jesus, and definitely clear and really a recorded history on which there is a consensus or about its truthfulness by people and narrations, thousands of them from different channels. So in the life of the Prophet Muhammad, also the same. Those people who oppose and say you are lying never came up with a counter argument. It means, look, Prophet, for example, let's speak in a scenario, Muhammad, what you say is this doesn't make sense. It is nonsense. How can we follow you? And saying that this is from God. Come on, God. Shouldn't God, the one who created the universe in a wise way, shouldn't speak in a nonsense way? Because his work in the universe, look what he created, there is nothing existing without wisdom. So what you say doesn't make sense. Then coming up with a counter argument. Only what they said, they never said anything against the idea of the absolute creator God. No. But only one thing they said, in a form of questioning, taking the message about the resurrection, they said, look, that body is completely gone. Even the bones crumbled into dust. How this body is going to be resurrected? Now, without again understanding the message, and many people think in this way even nowadays. So superficial, shallow understanding that doesn't shows that they have not pay attention to what the Quran is saying. Look, God is going to resurrect the body in a completely new way. Not that God is going to collect all the atoms or particles of the body and rebuild it. God, the creator of the universe, is continuously recreating the universe continuously. Why the creator, absolute creator, will be in the need of collecting these dead cells, or dead, they are not cells anymore, particles. So they don't understand. So they reduce human beings to a body form only. Those people who take it for granted that human beings are only body. The senses, feelings of human beings, consciousness, knowledge, and other intelligence, reasoning, they want to see it as a functioning of body. That is why, although they have no evidence whatsoever, they are speculating that we may be producing knowledge. Our brain is automatically producing knowledge. Okay. So any evidence? No. But of course, as I see through the eye, using the eye, by using the eye, this eye, matter, I think by using the mind. Mind is not the source of information. Mind is not cannot be the source of intelligence, consciousness. But I use my ear to hear. I use my brain. My spirit is in relationship with this, with the brain, to reason, to think, to learn, to act. And my body is also nerve system, connects to the brain, but it is under my control. If I don't want to leave my hand, for example, or to walk, my brain cannot decide to walk. It is my brain. I am not the brain. Brain is my tool to use. I am not the I. I is the tool for my power of sight in my spirit, human side. So those people reduce human beings to a body. They have to find themselves in difficulties not to be, so that they will not believe in the resurrection, because they will think human beings will be resurrected from dead particles distributed everywhere. But even they preserve, even the body is there. It is, I'm not going to be uh, coming up with the same body. No, the Quran says it will be a completely different body, appropriate to the capacity of the or potentiality of the spirit, human spirit. For example, my potentiality is to learn all professions, but I can learn only one or two. The rest is left. If I used it properly, as much as I could, in 1, 2, 3 area, or understand and realize the purpose of their existence, my body is going to be given, a new body is going to be given to practice what what I have prepared and understood, realized that these potentialities are given to me by my creator, but I couldn't use them. And I asked God, please forgive me. I should have used them, but I couldn't do it because of my neglect, because of the short of time. So I am aware that you are the one whose power is absolute. You are the one whose knowledge is absolute. But I learned only a little bit. Even we cannot compare it with absolute. Asking for forgiveness for this. So God says, okay, I promises. God promises. He says, okay, I will give you as much as you realize what you have not fulfilled, and asked for forgiveness for your neglect or for your shortcomings. That is why asking for forgiveness is essential for human beings. And after belief comes, after belief in God comes asking for forgiveness. They are parallel to each other. The more we are aware of the qualities of the Creator, the more we become aware of what we have been neglecting in this world, or not fulfilling, accomplishing my purpose of existence. Asking for forgiveness is the point, because we are not going to be proud of what we have learned, but we are going to uh, present our case to God. I was aware that I should have done it, but I didn't do it because of my weak points, because of my negligence. Uh, I didn't do it. Please forgive me. Then God promises that He will. So, according to the new capacity of our spirit, a new body is going to be given. That is why their counter, not argument, but question to the prophet saying that this dead body is going to be resurrected. Come on, you must be joking. Revived. Ah, you must be joking. Although our body is made up of dead materials. I mean, essentially dead materials. Even we don't notice that as well. But of course, in the hereafter, uh, anybody is going to be given. So we understand that the opposition is not because it doesn't make sense, but the opposition is because they don't want to admit and subjugate themselves to the message of the messengers, not the power of the messenger, or get under the domination of the messenger's power. No, just accept the message so that you will be treated as a believer in God, and God will be your, if you like, owner, not the messengers. Messengers are like people like us that bringing the message and presenting us the message in a verbal message as well as practice of it. I think it is important for me to understand this. So إذ أرسلنا إليهم اثنين فكذبوهما فعززنا بثالث فقالوا إنا إليكم مرسلون. They said only what? We have indeed been sent to you as messengers, nothing else. I'm not declaring that I'm the king and you will be paying your tax to me. Nothing. Just we are messengers. Why do you get angry with me? Or why do you oppose me? So if a postman, that this is a simple example, brings to me a letter, inside I found myself, for any reason I didn't like. Do I accuse the postman? No. Of course, the prophets are not postmen only, but as far as bringing the message is concerned, they are the postmen. But at the same time, they are the practitioners of the content of the letter they bring to us, content of the message they bring to us from God. Postman leaves the envelope in my mailbox and goes. The prophets are not like this. But the example was only, it is an analogy, only if I don't agree with the content of the letter, do I accuse the postman? That's obvious. It doesn't make sense to accuse the postman. Postman will say, what? That is what I have been given to deliver it to you. That's it. So we understand the innocent way of presenting the message by the prophets. So at this stage now, it comes to our mind that but the Prophet Muhammad and also Prophet Moses fought against their enemies. Yeah, correct. And the Quran encourages strongly to fight against those who drive you out of your land and who deliberately attack your body to kill, not the message. They don't have to accept the message. Never a prophet declared any war or they say, typical example, to draw their sword against people because they didn't believe in the message. It goes against the spirit of the message. It goes against the outward uh, wordings of the Quran. They are all defense or preparation for defense of their body, their property. Everybody understands that if someone is attacked physically, this person has every right to defend himself or herself. Every right. Even in America, they go even further. If someone gets on your land, the land is given to you to use until you die. You can even have right to kill this man. Warn him, it doesn't go, settles down there. If you really kill him, the American court system allows you that is your right, because these people really interfered into personal property. So if someone comes into my life, my house, and threatens my life, I have to defend myself. Even I call the police, but until police comes, he takes everything away from my house. So I must protect, try physically. Everybody justifies this, and everybody gets ready to, under the pretext of protection, their land, their country, although they use it to attack as well. But in Islam, you cannot use the power to attack other people because of their interest, or your interest, sorry, because of your interest. These, I went into details, but these are the things come to our mind when we read this kind of messages that the messengers came just delivered the message. No, they declared the war. That is the question. Most of the people accuse, especially Islam and Mosaic law as well, they accuse it, saying that these are the prophets of sword. They propagate war, not love. It is easy to say, but when somebody attacks your house or gets into your house and tries to attack you and threaten your life, what do? The same person doesn't say, no, we love these people, let them kill me. So all those people say that they believe in God, they loving God, but if there is a threat to their country, to their properties, they are proud of their army. And they say that our army must be strong. Why? To defend. That is the contradiction they are living, and we have to be aware of it. In Islam, you have every right to protect your property and the land and your life. Every right. And all the people of the world accepts that is correct. So we cannot say that Islam is a sort of, or the Quran is a sort of religion. God is the fighting, killing God, not loving God. The Quran is full of mercy. All the killing verses or fighting, all the verses who are related to fighting, if there is an attack. Otherwise, the same word for fighting is to disperse the message and give counter-argument to those people who deny the reality of belief in God. If there is an attack, physical attack, physical fight is encouraged in the Quran. we cannot deny that it is clearly encouraged in the Quran. If they attack you, if they draw you with the language of the Quran from your land, you have to draw them back from the way they drew you. It means just don't exceed. So making an excuse that they came and attacked us with, let's say, stones, so send them bombs. No, equal terms, equal terms. Don't go. That's what the Quran says. La israfa fil qital. So you don't really go beyond the limits in responding back to your enemies when they come to harm you. You defend yourself. And when they left, don't really go behind them and start killing because you are the winner, you are the powerful one. No. Since they left, leave it. Even if they offer you peace when they come to during the war to the weak point, Quran says, yeah, you can now understand that they are just cheating you, that they want peace, but whatever the reason, you don't know their heart for sure, except the reason, peace offered from them. Accept it. That's what the Quran says. Although it seems to be a tricky war trick. No, don't assume that they may have bad intention. So the Quran is still much, much further ahead than today's understanding of war strategies. So if a country is fighting with another country and at the very weak point, the country, opposite country or state asks them for peace, yeah, you are about to be defeated, then you are asking for peace? No, I am going to crash you away. That is what the understanding, this is still prevalent in the world. Islam says no. So really, really, very human, what we understand the message of the Quran here. Okay, they said we are just messengers. Let's see what they will say. قالوا ما أنتم إلا بشر مثلنا وما أنزل الرحمن من شيء إن أنتم إلا تكذبون. They replied, you are only human beings like us. And the most merciful, the Rahman, has not revealed a thing. You are only telling lies. Look at the argument. How do you know that Rahman, the most merciful, has not revealed a thing? How do you know? Only you can say this if you study the message they bring to you and you found out that it doesn't match the one who created the universe with his utmost mercy and saying on this nonsense message. Doesn't make sense. This doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. Come on, you must be a liar. And that would be a legitimate argument. But saying you are only human beings like us, of course, messengers are nothing but human beings like us. This cannot be the excuse. That's what most of the people, even now, the secular-minded Muslims, going through secular education, they say, Quran, I cannot really argue against it. Yeah. What it says is really true, humanly confirmable, acceptable. But why should I follow the prophets? They are only human beings. Yeah. They are only human beings, but employed. For example, When you are ill, right? Even you have a psychological problem, you need a counselor to counsel with. So what do? You go to the doctor and tell, excuse me, now the example is other way around. The doctor comes to you and says, I can see the signs, symptoms. You are suffering from this illness, sickness. So I know the solution. Take this medicine. Can anyone on the world reject this offer saying that you are only a human being like me? That is correct. The doctors are human beings like you and me. But his profession is uh, to give you this advice. That's what he gave. He came to you and gave you this advice freely. He's not asking any recompense for it, any recompensation for it. So by saying that you are a doctor, you are a human being, I'm not going to take your advice. No, everybody accepts it. But when the prophets come, says, I'm not a doctor by myself, but your creator gave me the prescription to you and asked me to take it to this ill person. And that is what I am giving it to you, not me. Your creator, the one who created you and your illness. So he is giving this medicine. Try. If it doesn't have any positive effect, reject it. That is amazing. That is what the prophets have done. All the prophetic message comes to us with the same claim. That is your creator sent me. And he is telling me that you are in trouble in your spiritual world. Even your worldly world affecting your spiritual understanding affects your worldly personal life, social life. Corruption is everywhere. So take it, this prescription. Your creator sent it to me, not me. If I say to the professors, the prophets, you are a human being like me, why should I take it? But in practical life, if I need anything that I cannot do, I go to an engineer or to an architect or to a plumber, to a carpenter, to an iron worker. Come and do it for me because I don't know. I don't say that they are human beings like me. It contradicts the reality of my life and that I am practicing it diametrically opposite to each other. This is not an excuse. And then what the people are doing? They are thinking that the prophets are themselves mostly uneducated people as they understand the education, but they are educated by the Creator and send it to us as an example in their life so that they will say, bring the message to us and present it in their practical life. It means they will practice the content of the message in their life. And I will look at them. Does it contradict human nature or not? I will judge after observing their life and studying the message. So they say, in entum illa tekzibun, in fact, they are lying. They themselves are lying, but they accuse the prophets, messengers, as the messengers are lying. The Quran describes this event not an historical narration at all. It is just how we are challenged today by the unbelievers, saying that you are following a Bedawi 1400 years ago. A person lived for 1400 years ago in a desert and lived among the Bedouins. And you are following this man? Come on. He's a simple man. Even he doesn't know how to read and write. It means he is going to produce something from his own capacity. Most of the people are accusing the believers in this way. It doesn't make sense, but science is talking about facts. Yeah, facts are facts, correct, because facts are what is created out there. And these facts work because they are created within the order by the creator of the order, establisher of the order, or the way he creates the universe. They are facts, but don't cheat. Your interpretation doesn't match with what facts demonstrate. Facts demonstrate. Your interpretation is just based on imagination, hypothetical terminologies, nothing to do with the facts. Facts are the real. I see in the library, I see in the computer, what we see in the computer, how the order of the universe is arranged in a way that it works in this way when we obey the order of the universe. The scientists go and search in the lab about how the order works and then comes back and interpret it as accidental. If it was accidental, what have you been doing in the lab for years? You were searching how the order of the universe allows you to do something new. This is the promise of God. He gave you the free will and intelligence to study the order of the universe and find out what it allows you to do in combination of one piece of the order, another piece of the order, and you are given the opportunity to combine them. But other beings, other creatures are not given this opportunity. They straight obey. But we follow the order and claim that it is happening by chance. It's crazy, but unfortunately, they use some Greek Latin language to name their theologies and their understanding. Theology means their false belief. It means they believe in themselves, in fact, as I understand it. I don't know their heart, but what they tell us has no base at all. Okay, let's go further. Hello, the messenger said, Rabbuna ya'lamu inna ilaykum lemursalun. Definitely our Lord knows that we have indeed been sent to you. Yeah, inna ilaykum lemursalun. Double indeed, actually. Definitely our Lord knows that we have definitely been sent to you. We are absolutely sure. We are not sane people. Do you see any sign of being a sane person? Or, I don't know, a person who has lost his mind? Look at what I'm saying and challenge me if you can against what I'm saying. Now, they are just repeating again that we are the messengers, nothing else, nothing else. And verse 17, وَمَا عَلَيْنَا إِلَّا الْبَلَاغُ الْمُبِينُ. Although physically what they were doing, just delivering the message, but also they kept emphasizing about what they are doing. وَمَا عَلَيْنَا إِلَّا بَلَاغُ الْمُبِينُ. we have no responsibility. This translation said duty, but it is more than duty. Alayna means responsibility. But giving us the mission that I have to fulfill it. It means deliver the message. Deliver the message to you. So duty is a weak word for alayna. Anyway, I just put it there, and even I didn't notice what the translation says, but I know what it means. So deliver the message. That's it. We are not asking anything more. Okay. Any comment? Any question? So let's continue. قالوا إنا تطيرنا بكم لئن لم تنتهوا لنرجمنكم وليمسنكم منا عذاب أليم. Now, their response was only to say, the opposite people's response, opposition, that we feel that you are an evil omen. You don't stop. If you don't stop, we will surely stone you and cause you to suffer severely. Now, threatening language. Again, no response. No response. Now, we see today that as if some people, under the pretext of being a scientist, yeah, they study the universe, how it works, a piece of the universe, how it works. Okay, still it's a good research. They should do it, and even believers do it even more. But we are not criticizing them because they are studying the universe. We are appreciating it. They come up with technological gadgets, and we buy them, we pay them, and we pay for their labor. We appreciate it, but at the same time, we don't accept their interpretation. It is just arbitrary, baseless, nonsense interpretation. But in their interpretation, what they say, although we are saying they are not coming with counter-argument, nowadays they seem to be coming with a counter-argument. But we have to be very careful. All their counter-arguments are based on, with no reality whatsoever, saying accident, randomly, random choices, unconscious matter adapting itself, protecting their life, and wanting to continue their existence, their new generation. How do they know? Unconscious. These are just speculative language, as if matter has something. Have they ever demonstrated that matter has something? Excuse me. They say nature of matter. Just made up word. What is nature? But the matter, the matter itself. Well, where did it get this quality? How did it exist from the beginning? No answer. It might have been this way. Speculations. It's not a counter argument, but they know that if they don't come with an counter argument appearing to be to have that a counter argument, they will be ridiculous in the eye of the people, because the Quran makes them look ridiculous here. Because they say, we feel that you are an evil omen. Why? Because those chieftains of the people, because those leaders of the people, they are getting the crema, the big piece of the cake. So it is an evil omen for them because they are going to lose what they are getting from the people, either physically, financially, or psychologically. They feel great. I am the leader. Everybody respects me. I am the high-level person, and getting the, of course, big piece from the financial sources, and oppressing other people, using their ignorance maybe or weakness maybe, and exploiting them. Of course, it is an evil omen for them. That we feel that you are an evil omen. Yeah, it is evil for them because the future is not looking so bright for them if they accept the message. But this future that they are fearing of, they are afraid of, that they are going to lose is not right. They are illegitimate uh, claims, illegitimate, if you like, illegal claims, not humanly approvable. They are cheating people. It means we are going to lose our authority, false authority, self-claimed authority. It is the same nowadays. They really use the power of money they got for any reason, from inheritance, and then exploit cheap labors and make enormous power. Of course, uh, when they accept the message, they will humble themselves, they will lower themselves, they stop exploiting the people, they will see themselves equal with others and live in an honorable way, not by really stealing people's ignorance or weakness or a financially weak position. Unfortunately, all these tricks are going on nowadays. So the world doesn't change much, really. So if they said, if you feel, if you stop, if you don't stop, we will really harm you. And قالوا طائركم معكم إن ذكرتم بل أنتم قوم مسرفون. Now, it is the best way of answering this stuff, these people. Messenger said, the evil omen is with yourself because your false assumptions that you are superior and false assumptions that what you are gaining is your right. No, it is not your right. You are cheating people, cheating on people. So why do you take it as an evil omen when you are reminded of the truth? Huh? Why do you take it as an evil omen when you are reminded of the truth? ذكرتم. We are just reminding that you have no right to do this. You have no right to claim that you are superior. You have no right to claim that the people should follow you, and people should not believe in God and become aware of their rights, and they will become aware that you and them are the same human beings, where everybody can get only as much as they work for, not that their status, and then they will make more, obtain more properties because I am a superior being. That's self-claimed superiority. Work for it and get it. Now, this is a very, very legitimate question, uh, inviting them to use their reasoning. Why do you take it as an evil omen when you are reminded of the truth? Yeah, but the Quran says, no, 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 no. We know. بل أنتم قوم مسرفون. But you are people who have wasted their own selves, who have wasted their, what does it mean? You didn't use what your creator gave you the ability, what creator gave you the ability to understand the reality, and you are just not using it and rejecting it, wasting your, if you like, trust from your creator that is reminding you that what you are doing wrong, but your ego-centered concerns doesn't submit to this reminder and doesn't accept the reality and follow the reality. That is what you are doing, wasting your precious qualities given to you by God. That is just musrif. This being say wasteful doesn't mean only wasting the property, wasting the food also is a very sensitive subject, especially among the Muslims. So they don't waste bread and food, but they waste they may, I don't know all, but apparently most of the people among even Muslims, so the others are completely wasting their qualities, but even the Muslims who were supposed to be aware of this, they don't waste food. The Muslim people don't waste food if they are practicing Muslims, but they waste their time gossiping, talking about trash, to arguing about irrelevant subjects, their reality. So just really, how, how do you say this in English? Decharging themselves or relieving themselves from their anger by getting angry with those people who are doing something wrong. But no one listens to them. They just talk. They just talk. So let it out so that they will feel comfortable. This is the most important waste. Wasting time by talking nonsense, or as a result of curiosity, they just go and say, what did they say? What did they say? That you heard this man speaks trash. Why do you keep watching him, his videos? But millions of people are wasteful. Are you going to join because their number is big, those wasteful people, their number is big nowadays. And are you going to join them? Watch out. So being wasteful is very important. The Quran described the opponents of the prophets, messengers, as being wasteful. And also very interesting, it really strikes my attention. The most notorious enemy of the prophets is represented by the Pharaoh example. And Quran describes him as a wasteful person. He doesn't waste his property. He used it for his own uh, arrogance, proud. Used it, didn't waste it, but it is a waste. But using the property for your proud is wasteful, but he utilized it in this way or in a wrong way, whatever. But he was wasteful of his human qualities. And we have to watch out. Our human qualities require full concentration to understand the truth and live by it. Become aware. If I learn this, what am I going to do with it? Is it going to be useful for me? No, just gossip. Most of the videos on YouTube are gossip. There are some, but most of them are gossip, just lies. You learn them, you see once, that's enough. Usually, even I cannot really watch them. Now, I don't watch at all nowadays. But if when they were very famous, then I used to say, what these people say, what these people say. I was shocked. So nonsense they are talking about. Now, at the beginning, 5 minutes, 10 minutes later, I left. And never went there again because there is no balance in their presentation. All lies. So, inshallah, we have to be careful not to be wasteful. Here I am. Inshallah, we will stop here. The time is up, maybe even some almost 8 minutes we are behind, inshallah. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Any comment, anything? Anybody would like to say anything? Okay. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. سبحان الذي سبحان ربك رب العزة عما يصفون وسلام على المرسلين والحمد لله رب العالمين. سبحانك لا علم لنا إلا ما علمتنا إنك أنت العليم الحكيم وآخر دعواهم أن الحمد لله رب العالمين. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله. في أمان الله. Tomorrow we don't have any class, unfortunately.